Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Kikus and this is kind of an update video because I haven't really uploaded a real video in like a couple of months, and this will be an update video where I'll talk about what I'm doing right now, where I'm living, and it also has a small manga haul at the end. So yeah, let's start with where I am right now, what I'm doing with my life, which sounds kind of weird, but right now I'm living in Rotterdam on my own. I live in my own apartment with my best friend. We rent an apartment because we are studying here in Rotterdam. We both attend the Rotterdam University of Applied Science, where we are both studying applied chemistry. So because I now have my own apartment and I have to pay like all the bills and such, I have like I don't have any money at all except for food actually. So I don't have the money to go out and buy like 20 manga volumes or import like a whole series from Japan like I used to before, because you know, back then I didn't have to pay any rent or any food because my parents paid everything. So I don't think there'll be big hauls anytime soon. But I did get the chance to buy some volumes of manga and some books 2 weeks ago, so I'm gonna show you that. Next is that I've kinda stopped reading manga. I do follow some weekly series still, but I kinda started reading like books, like real literature books. Started reading fiction a lot. I really like it. I'm almost done with the book series A Song of Ice and Fire, which is the book series that the TV series Game of Thrones is based on, and I really loved it. I haven't watched the TV series completely yet. First season was great, second season I just started. It sucks. But I'm going to make an in-depth review on Game of Thrones, the TV series, and the book series, A Song of Ice and Fire, in a separate video. So you're gonna see that. Next, I have started another series, which I actually bought to read after I finished A Song of Ice and Fire, but I accidentally started the first book and now I'm accidentally halfway through the second, which is The Dark Tower by Stephen King. And it's such a great series. It's also a fantasy adventure, but on a much smaller scale than A Song of Ice and Fire. Like A Song of Ice and Fire is like huge on scale. There's so much that happens. It's almost like an encyclopedia from the Middle Ages. Like so much happens there in the book. Where book 1 starts and where book 5 ends, I'm pretty sure like 5 years have passed, and everything is written in such great detail. Like every book is almost 800 pages, and the third and the fifth book are almost 1200 pages. So there's a lot of detail and everything is like described and everything is done. And The Dark Tower is on a much smaller scale. Like the first book was only 230 pages and the second book was it's 480 I believe, so it's a lot smaller. There are a lot less characters. There are like 3 main characters. And I'm also going to do an in-depth review on The Dark Tower once I finish the second book. So also look forward to that. So these are the books I was talking about. These are the Stephen King books. The Dark Tower, Volume 1, The Gunslinger, and Volume 2, The Drawing of the Three. And these are the Game of Thrones books. A Song of Ice and Fire. Book 3 and book 5 were so big they couldn't like publish one novel because it will get too big and I wouldn't read comfortably. So yeah, these are the books I was talking about. Yeah, expect an in-depth review of them soon. Next on the list is that I've actually started writing my own book. After reading a lot, I got really inspired by most of all Stephen King's work. I really like the way he writes. I really like his writing style. So that inspired me to write my own book. And the story that I use for my book is actually based on my roommate's nightmare. He had a nightmare, a really weird nightmare a couple of months ago. And the idea just stuck in my head like, oh, I need to write a book on that. So I started writing a book on that like a couple of months ago, but back then I didn't really read that much. I was only like in the first Game of Thrones books, so I didn't have the knowledge that I have right now to write a book, as I've read a lot since then. And back then I just had one small paragraph written, it was very bad, and I was like, shit, I don't know what to write now. But now I have like almost 10 pages, more probably right now, and it's going really well. I really like writing. The story is really weird actually. I'm not gonna explain the story right now. I might do another in-depth video about that. This is like a video where I'm announcing all my other videos. But yeah, you can find a free preview of the book in the description below. It's a Google Docs document, so you can open it on any device. So yeah, and now finally, probably what all of you have been waiting for, the manga haul. I didn't get much. I only got 4 volumes because, you know, I don't have a lot of money to spend. But the things I got were Magi Volume 5 and Magi Volume 6. Still have to read those, but I really enjoyed the first 4 volumes of Magi, and I hear it's going to just get better from there. Next up, 2 volumes that I bought because they were kind of cheap are Real by Takehiko Inoue Volume 4 and Real Volume 5. These were €6, which, you know, is kind of cheap because they used to be like 11 or 12 euros because they're the Viz Signature series and those are pretty expensive. So yeah, those are the 4 volumes I got. Still have to read them all. I'm reading Real online right now so I can catch up to Volume 4 and read my own volumes after that. And I didn't have the time to read Manga yet because I'm still reading the Dark Tower series and Song of Ice and Fire. And another very cool thing is I made a huge piece of art on my wall right now, which I'm going to show you right now. So the piece of art I was talking about, this is my computer where I work, do homework and stuff. And the piece of art I was talking about is this. I drew the map of Westeros, which is the land from Game of Thrones and the Song of Ice and Fire, on my wall. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough room to include Dorne, which is the 7th kingdom in the 7 kingdoms of Westeros. So I don't actually have Westeros, I just have 6 kingdoms on my wall. But I really like the way it turned out. Spent 5 hours on this. First drawing it with my pencil and then redrawing it with the permanent marker. So yeah. And one last thing actually before I end the video is that I got a new phone. I used to have this Samsung Galaxy S3, which used to work great. It was probably the best phone I ever had back when I got it 2 years ago. But then it started getting really slow and the battery started to die. I got a new battery and still the system just started to get real slow. And my subscription, because I got a 2-year phone subscription with this. I'm not sure if you call this subscription in English, but here you probably when you get a subscription you get a free phone. Like it's $50 a month, you get a couple of gigabytes of internet you can use and minutes to call and text to send, and you get a free phone with this. So my subscription ended, and when your subscription ends in the Netherlands you can choose a new phone and extend your subscription. So I did. I chose a new phone and I chose the Samsung Galaxy S5, and I really like the phone. It's so much faster than my stupid S3. And yeah, I love the Android 4.4, I think. It's KitKat. No, not sure if that's 4.4 or not. So yeah, really enjoying the phone right now. And yeah, that's it. So stay tuned for my The Dark Tower review, for my Song of Ice and Fire review, and for an in-depth video about my book. That's pretty much all I'm planning to film right now, because, you know, like I said, I don't have enough money to buy manga each month. So I'm going to have to think about making new videos. Yeah, not sure what I'm going to do yet, but you'll see. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.